What's up, everyone? Oh, we're going to have fun today. This is one of these live streams where I actually have fun, too. I always have fun. We're going to talk about... I just realized this, actually, today. The song we're going to talk about... I've been looking for a song, any song that uses all 12 notes. Any contemporary song. And... I finally found one. I always thought that Black Hole Sun was the closest thing to this. And then it occurred to me that a Nirvana song that was a massive hit, one of their biggest songs, uses all 12 notes. And I don't know if I can think of any other pop song other than you have to pretty much go back to maybe Paul Simon or the Beatles. That is a hit song that uses all 12 notes. Bands like Metallica have come close. You know, people that actually have chromaticism in their riffs, but this particular song, and we're going to diagram it out. I have all the 12 notes of the chromatic scale written here. You can see the intro that I've written down, and we're going to check them off as they go. But it just occurred to me, I was like, I thought that there were a couple missing, and then I went back and I listened. I was like, wait a second. There's one chord that happens in one spot in the song that completes the 12 tones. And I just realized this because it happens right before the chorus. And it only happens right before the chorus. So check this out. This is really incredible. So a lot of people are saying aneurysm, but some of the people actually have it right, what's in here. Okay, so I'm going to play it from the beginning, and we're going to talk about each section. Before we get into it, a couple of things. I know you guys have seen, I have a Jimmy Chamberlin, drummer for Smashing Pumpkins, video coming out this week. I did an interview with him in Chicago, along with Nathaniel Murphy, my dear friend that's an amazing guitar player. I put that video out from Chicago Music Exchange. And then I have one with Warren Haynes, and we talked about Dickie Betts. It was actually the day after Dickie passed away that I had Warren in here. And I'm working on that. That'll hopefully be out Tuesday. Okay, so, going back on sale, once again, $89 for all four of my courses, my Beato Book Interactive, my ear training course, my beginner guitar course, my quick lessons pro, which is like intermediate guitar course. And these things relate to that. And I want to show you kind of how, because this is going to be ear training and a little bit of theory, just basic theory that you guys will be that you'll be able to understand. So there's some good guesses in there. There are some Nirvana songs that come really close to doing all 12 songs, but this is the only song that I've heard, and of any song that's been a hit that I can think of that uses all 12 notes of the chromatic scale in it. Okay, so we're going to start. Here it is. You guessed it. Okay, now, we're not even going to count this in the intro because he goes... here. So right there we have, it's hard to play off this leg. He plays that. We won't even count that. We won't even add in that extra A there or the, but we already have the B flat, G, F, A flat. Okay, so if we go here, right, and I take these notes with the intro, if I just take the bass notes, so B flat, G, A flat, and F. So right now we have 4 notes of the chromatic scale are used. Okay, so we're looking for the rest of them. So where do they happen? Well, when we start in the verse, let's see. Okay, right there. Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, so the verse chord progression. So we already have had B flat, G, F, A flat. Now the verse is like B flat to G flat. Okay, so that's a new one. So I'm going to check that off. G flat or F sharp. And then to E flat. Then B, A, B, B flat. Now that's completely weird, but amazing. That we call that a surround tone. So we can take B and A and put them in. Now this is what, and E flat. Check this out. We almost got it filled up already. Okay, are we going to get these other things? These are the chords. This is not even the notes from the chord. So, because we'll include things that are in the arrangement, right? We'll include the melody notes. We're going to talk about the melody here. Sell kids for food. Okay. Where the change moves. Okay, so he's going, sell the kids for food. So those are all the fifth of the chord. What do I mean by that? So on the B flat chord, you're using F, which is a fifth. If you think root third fifth, B flat D F, sell the kids. He's using the fifth on the G flat chord or the F sharp chord. And note C sharp, right? 1, 3, 5 for food. On the E flat chord, the B flat's in the melody, so that's the fifth as well. I'm actually pulling that string. We talked about this last week. I'm pulling that notes a little. Hear how I pulled that into tune there? You gotta always kind of micro tune these things. Okay, so sell the kids for food. Then do where the change move. Then the next part. Oh, okay, so amazing, right? So it does a chromatic melody. Okay, first of all, Nirvana is one of the few, Kurt Cobain is one of the few people that really do this this chromatic melody like that, right? And because of the relationship of these chords, somebody asked me where the course is available. The course is available at Rick Beato. My bundle here that I'm is available at rickbeato.com. So just go there. So I'm going to chart out. Let me chart out the verse here before my pen dries out completely here. B flat. I'm going to call it G flat, E flat, and then B A. So this is the verse. Okay, right here, verse. Okay, now the melody, the first time around, goes from the fifth of the chord to the fifth of the chord to the fifth of the chord. Okay, so there we go. Those are the fifth of the chord. So the fifth of the B flat is F, the fifth of G flat is C sharp or D flat, and the fifth of E flat is B flat. These are things that you learn if you take my theory course or if you work on ear training. But the chromatic thing that happens here where it goes on the B flat chord, it goes the fifth, which is F, then it goes to the root of the G flat, F to G flat, which is the root, and then it goes to the third of the E flat, which is G. So look right below that. I wrote the notes there. F, G flat, G, you see that? That goes from the fifth of the chord to the root of the G flat to the third of the E flat. This is where you start to get into these really cool things that Kurt Cobain was a master of. Okay? So, this... I mean, just there, if you take the melody note and the bass notes, right? And then... You got half the chromatic scale right there, just in those things, without even adding the, because the B flat chord's got B flat, D, F. The G flat chord has G flat, B flat, D flat in there. So I'm trying to think of how many notes that we have of that, because in a way, so you've got do, do, do. The first part of the melody goes down B flat minor, but it starts in B flat major. This G flat major chord is what we call a borrowed chord because it's borrowed from B flat minor. It's the flat 6 chord of B flat minor. Kirkman would not care about analyzing his own songs. You know what? Kurt Cobain may not have known this, what he was doing with this, but his ear did. And I know what he was doing, so I'm going to tell you what he's doing, because it's instructive if you want to learn how to write great melodies that people listen to forever. Okay, there's a reason Nirvana has 31 million monthly listeners 33 years after this record was released. It's because of songs like this that stay in people's ears, that sound current to people even now, because these are really sophisticated melodies. Although people think that they're not sophisticated, this is the interesting thing. They think of Nirvana, oh, it's just power chords. No, this is very sophisticated melody writing. Okay, so here's where we get to the other notes. So I've circled these things, and then we're going to get to the. So if I take the melody here, F, F sharp, G. Well, we already have these notes in our chromatic scale. We've already accounted for the F, F sharp, and G here, right? So we're looking for those other notes. We're looking for C, D flat, D. Now, D flat is in the G flat chord, okay? But we actually have that D flat even in the melody coming up. Listen. Oh, right there. He goes, there's the D chord that we're looking for. It's the only time it happens. I never noticed this until today. I've been listening to this for 33 years, and it didn't occur to me, probably because I've never covered this song, it didn't occur to me that, like, why does he play that chord there? Why does he do that D chord? Is it because he's thinking like, I've used every chord, maybe I should put that D chord in there? Because normally he's going, he could have done that, right? But he goes, da, da, da. It's so weird, right? Da, 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 instead of da, da, da. He's the one. Okay, then we go to the chorus. Pure instinct, GP8 says. GP8 says pure instinct. Yes, exactly. Perfectly put. Okay, so we have a lot of these notes here. So we have the C, B flat. I think we already have those. No, we have the C there. In the melody, we have the note C. Da-da. But we have the C here. Knows not what it means. He goes to E flat there, and he sings the D flat. So we got the D flat. We got the D. Okay. We're missing one note. We're missing the E, okay? We have every note but E, okay? But listen, let's go back. Right there. Da. Da. Knows not what it means. In the harmony and in the guitar. Dave Grohl knows not what it means. And he goes to the ninth there. So Dave Grohl adds that extra note, the E that we have. Right? There it is. That's all 12 chromatic notes that are in there. Kurt also plays Was it Dave or Chad? It was Dave. Dave's in the band. Chad was long gone by this. Knows not what it means. Knows not what it means. Knows not what it means. It goes to that. It harmonizes that flat 7 with the 9th of the E flat chords. With the E flat chord. All right, let's talk a little bit. So we got the chorus there. I'm going to do this just so you see. So the verse puts this D chord in on the 4th time around. So it's 3 times. There, you think of it as like endings 1 through 3, and then the 4th time. 4th time it goes to D. See that? And then the chorus, B flat, he's the one. So B flat 5, G flat, G5, all the pretty songs, and he likes to sing along, and he no, then a C and dun da da in E flat, C, E flat. There's the chorus right here, right there. I'm going to put the C there for chorus. See the chorus? All right, let's talk about a little bit of this about the theory of these things, though. Like what just in the bass notes, really, we have pretty much the entire chromatic scale. That E note was added in a harmony and played in the guitar part. But if we start talking about these chords, when I talk about how chords are built, and I do this, it's really both in my ear training course and my theory course. I talk right in the beginning about how chords are built, what intervals are, and how chords are built. And if you just take if we relate everything to a major chord, okay, so let's say B flat major. B flat major equals the notes B flat, D, F. We call it 1, 3, 5, as you can see down here. See that 1, 3, 5? Okay, so when I say the 5th, I'm talking about this note F right here, the 5th of the chord. The 2nd chord in the verse, I'm just going to go over the verse chords. G flat equals G flat, B flat, D flat. 1, 3, 5. Okay, that's right here. See? And the melody note is D flat, which is the 5th of the chord. And then I got the last chord, which is E flat major. Let's see if I can fit it all on here. E flat, G, B flat. 1, 3, 5. So if you can see it on there, there's the 5th right there. It's kind of tricky to look upside down here. That's the 5th of the chord. Okay, so those are the 3 chords that are being played. Now, here's the thing about Kurt, is that Kurt, many times, not in this part, because he's singing the 5th of the chord, and those notes are actually in the chord voicings, but many of the times, Kurt will sing the 3rd in the melody. Some of you mentioned, I miss the comfort of being sad. That's a really chromatic melody there. Francis Farmer, which is off in utero, right? I miss the comfort in being sad. This is a half step above it. Sounds weird to me. It's a half step. It should be like this. I miss the comfort in being sad. Guitar is tuned down half step. It sounds weird in that key, but I miss the I miss the comfort in being sad. He goes, that's 4 there, and that's amazing, right? But he's using all the thirds of the melody. Okay, he's playing it here. But since he's tuned down a half step, it sounds like what I played before. This is what's confusing to me because I hear it in that key. So those are all thirds in the melody. When we say thirds, or when I'm saying thirds, what I mean, and these are the things that you learn to hear. So if I talk about the third of the melody, like in the B flat chord, the third would be the note D. On G flat, the third is B flat. And on E flat, the third is G. So those are the notes. So when we go to the middle part of the song, thank you, Taha, appreciate that. Okay, so if we go to the middle part of the song and we're going B flat, when it does that chromatic melody, B flat equals B flat, D. You know what? I like writing it like this on the page. I think it's kind of fun. 1, 3, 5. G flat is equals G flat, B flat, D flat, 1, 3, 5, and E flat is E flat, G, B flat, 1, 3, 5. Another thing here, Rick, one course is $89. How much are two of your courses? Tom, all my courses are together as a bundle. If you go to Rick Beato, if you open up another tab right now, you guys, this is the best deal that I run. I'm just running it through today and tomorrow. My voice is going away. Click to another tab, go to rickbeato.com. You can get all 4 of my courses total for $89. I bundle the things together because I figure like the ear training and theory things, I used to sell all this stuff separately. And the ear training and theory are interchangeable. There's theory in ear training and there's ear training and theory. You need both those things. And I was like, I'll throw in the beginner guitar course if people don't play an instrument at all, so you can learn how to play a chording instrument, and then the quick lessons pros for a little bit more advanced, right? Okay. So that's the theory of why I sell this stuff as a bundle. Most people sell their courses for $150. I don't do that. Let's talk about this when he does this chromatic thing. Let me sing it to you again so you know where I am in the verse. So it's like a. Okay, that chromatic melody in the verse is amazing. I love it. It's just because the way that the chords work here. You're going from the 5th F of that chord to the root of this chord, which is G flat. That's a half step. And then it goes up another half step to G, which is the 3rd of that chord. Okay? Now, you're like, wait a minute. That's what Kurt Cobain's doing? He's going from the 5th of the one chord, 5th of one chord to the root of the next chord to the 3rd of the next chord. That's incredibly sophisticated. It is. Then he puts in this B power chord to A power chord. No, da, da, da. If you just learn to sing the bass notes in this song, right? Da, 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 and then you got da 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 da. I'm starting to lose my voice. It's so GP8 says it's so sophisticated it sounds simple. Exactly. What did you say before about that? About the intuitive? What was the thing? That was a great saying. It was it you, GP8, that said that? It was really, really interesting. That it was very well put. Okay, so this is a chromatic melody. And when you have chord progressions like this that use chords that are called borrowed chords, if you're in the key of B flat major, these are the things that I teach you in my theory course. This is why this stuff is important. And if you don't, pure instinct, thank you. Appreciate that. That's pure instinct. Okay, so one of the things that we do that you can do to enjoy music more is to learn a little bit about it. That is really an important thing. I took a theory class my senior year of high school. And I played guitar, and I was taking guitar lessons at the time. So I was starting to learn things. I already learned things by ear. I just didn't know what they were. And my guitar teacher in Glenn in college or in high school started teaching me the things that I already knew, the chords. When I started knowing major seventh chords, minor seventh chords, minor 7/5 chords, diminished seventh chord, all these kind of things that I would figure out when I'd learned these Gino Vanelli songs or Steely Dan songs, or then I started learning Joe Pass guitar songs, and the music was a lot more sophisticated back then, right? So, and then I took a theory class, and then I went into to college, and I took you always would take an entrance exam in college for theory, and I exempted out, and I went right to theory 3, because I knew all the theory in theory was 1 and 2, so I didn't have to take those. So in the key of B flat major, there are 7 chords. Okay, I've done this a million times. B flat major, C minor, D minor, E flat major, F major, G minor, and A diminished. Okay, this is the 1 chord. This is the 2 minor, the 3 minor, the 4 major, the 5 major. Can you see these? Yes. The 6 minor and the 7 diminished. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Wow, that's amazing. John, did you do 2 or what? What, are you crazy? That's so nice. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's B flat major. Well, this G flat chord is not in B flat major, but I said earlier it's borrowed from the parallel minor key. This is a little sophisticated, but it's a flat 6 major. Well, if you look at the key of B flat minor, I have to write it down here because it's too hard to write. So B flat minor has the chords B flat. So I have to think of a B flat minor scale. B flat C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. Oh, this hurts my hand. And A flat. Those are the notes of B flat minor. Oh, that hurts my hand. 1 chord is minor. So I've written it down right there. So B flat minor. Oh, C diminished, D flat major, E flat major, F minor. Oh, I have allergies, bad allergies right now. G flat major, A flat major. So we got, I'm writing them down now, 3 major, 4 minor. I wrote it backwards here. 4 minor, hold on. 5 minor, flat 6 major, and flat 7 major. Okay, so there's the Roman numeral analysis of B flat minor, okay? The 6th chord, which is right here, is G flat major. So that chord right there is what we call a borrowed chord. It's borrowed from the parallel minor key. Now, this is a lot more sophisticated music theory, but these are the things that you need. And if you want to sound cool to your friends, you'd be like, oh, that's just a borrowed chord. Once you hear these things a few times, you just know what it is. Now, let's see. Jimmy says, I've used your ear training course to write chromatic harmony without theory. Listen, my guitar guided my ear. I want to hear, thank you, Mr. You've helped me so much on my learning journey. Jimmy, thank you. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Okay, so this borrowed chord, B-O-R-R-O-W-E-D, borrowed chord. Where is it here? Can you see that? Let me put this back up on the screen. It's called a borrowed chord because it's borrowed from the parallel minor. Parallel is a fancy word for saying the minor of the key you're in. If you're in B flat major, B flat minor is the parallel minor. P-A-R-L-L-E-L. Did I spell it right, or L-E-L? I'm a terrible speller. I can't even spell parallel. I'm bad. Is that L-E-L? I don't know. You guys can spell better than I can't. So it's a borrowed chord from the parallel minor. That's all you need to know. That flat 6. Okay, so some of these other chords, though, like G in the chorus, B flat, G minor, right? Or in the intro, let's say you got B flat to G minor. Even though these are power chords, F, A flat. So the A flat chord is a flat 7 major. That's also borrowed from the parallel minor. The flat 7, Flat 7 you hear in rock music all the time. From AC/DC to Boston to the Beatles to whoever. The Rolling Stones, they use flat 7s. It's in blues. It's a common thing. Flat 7s are really borrowed chords, though. So the weird thing about this, though, right? Think about this. He used every note. I gotta think, like, why does he throw that D chord randomly in before the chorus? Listen again. Listen. Here it comes. Listen, right here. Right here. Dum bum. Bum bum bum. He could have easily gone da da da. That is just so weird. I think he's like, why don't we go here? Because it sounds cool. Da 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 da. The Schoenberg of grunge. I love that. That's good. So I came on to do this today. I was thinking about this. I've been trying to find a song that uses all 12 chromatic tones forever. And I've listened to In Bloom a million times. And I always thought, God, In Bloom gets as close as I thought in my head, because I really didn't do the math on it, that it gets as close as Black Hole Sun. And I was like, wait a second. I mean, Alice in Chains has some songs that are close to using all 12 chromatic tones, but this one actually does use all 12 chromatic tones in it. So there you go. Lose my voice. Okay, so go to rickbeato.com. Check out my Beato bundle where I've got my 4 courses there for $89. It's going to be on sale today and tomorrow. Street Tomato says the D chord in the chorus is vocals. What do you say here, Street Tomato? You said the D chord when he screams gives us such a build and it sounds very passive. Like you wouldn't notice it until it's pointed out, but you would notice it if it's left. Yeah. You guys are amazing. Have a great rest of your weekend, and look out for those interviews that'll be dropping this week. These with Warren and Jimmy, they're amazing. Really, really excited about it. We'll see you. Take care.